Hello, in this video I will be showing you the bloody A90, which is a very good right clicking mouse. By the way, I'm on a different server. This is Bridgerland. This is the IP right here on the screen. As you can see, I have YouTube rank on it. And yeah, I will make a video about it when it's fully released, because now it's still in a beta version. Anyhow, in this video I will show you how good this mouse is and everything you need to know, like the CPS, how good it is for bridging and PvP, and much more. I will also show you how to get this mouse for very cheap. I got this one for 28 euros, and 28 euros is very cheap considering this is now my main mouse, 100% my main mouse. I really like this one. So first, one thing you have to know, I'm going to comparing the bloody A90 a lot to the bloody A60, which I also have a review on, by the way. And as you may know, there is also an A70 and an A70 matte black, also known as the A-bedless. And basically the difference between those is the texture. The A70 has an okay texture, the A60 has a very good texture, and then you have the A-bedless, which has currently a really good texture. So whenever I compare the A90 to the A-bedless, it's basically going to be the same for the A70 and the A-bedless when I'm talking about the shape and the CPS and stuff. But first, subscribe. Okay, let's start. So this mouse is as good as the bloody A60 for CPS. It will basically register every single click that you can make, which is the case for most bloody mice, by the way. There's also software that comes with it. This is the same one as the bloody A60 again. You can change the debounce time all the way down to 1 ms, but that's already set from default. You should just download the software to switch to Core 1. Otherwise, you will have these annoying macros that you don't need, and they might even get you banned. So the reason why most people got the bloody A60 and the others is because of the CPS it got and how good it is for MLG rush and stuff. But the bloody A60 isn't the best mouse for bridging. For that you had to get the Rocket Cane 100. And for me this is like a perfect mix between them, because I actually really like this mouse for bridging. It's really easy for me. It is mainly because of the shape, which makes it really easy to short drag click for me to god bridge. It also has lighter mouse buttons, which makes it really easy to long drag click and get the consistent CPS to telly bridge. So when this mouse arrived, I just messed around with it for a couple hours and I already got a full telly on MC Play HD, which is good considering I have only done that like 2 times before this. So this mouse is very good for reducing and clutching. Those weren't the best clips, but I didn't have a lot of time to get good clips. You're definitely not going to play any worse using this mouse. And I mean, I only played one game of MLG Rush against a randomly queued person, and I got some clips that are actually very good for someone who barely plays MLG Rush. So yeah, definitely a good mouse for those game modes. Now let's get into a bedwars game, and I'm going to go over all the details of the mouse. So now I will talk about all the details of the mouse, like the shape and the size and stuff. Also a little bit about PvP and how to drag click on it, because you cannot just drag click on this mouse right out of the box. And finally, where to get it, and also where to get all these other bloody mice that I covered if you are really interested in those ones. So the bloody A90 is 140 grams and the bloody A60 is 150. They're both very heavy, but I do feel the difference, and I would say that I like the A90 more. But I would say that a good weight for a mouse is like 90 grams, just like the Rocket Cane, which is way lower, but it's not that big of a deal for me. The shape of the mouse is really good for me, slightly ergonomic, just like the Model D and the Rocket Cane, which I really like. The A60 has a completely symmetrical shape. I do not think that this is a disadvantage for most people, but in my opinion, as it's slightly ergonomic, just feels a little bit better. I do believe that this shape makes it a little bit easier for short drag clicking. So the texture of the mouse, and there's like grip tape on the mouse buttons, and they're very bad for drag clicking. I do not think that you will ever be able to drag click on those things, so you just have to put some tape on it, like electrical tape or something. And I do not mind that because I have always used electrical tape on all of my drag clicking mice, so it's not really a difference for me. Then the rest of the mouse has a really grippy texture. It's not good for drag clicking, but you're not going to be drag clicking on the back of your mouse. This is a good texture because you have like more control over your mouse, and very good while code bridging and PvPing. So this mouse is very big, like other bloody mice, so I wouldn't recommend it if you have smaller sized hands. So to drag click, you basically have to put tape on it, as I said, and I also put tape on two of the mouse feet because these mouse feet glide insanely well. Same for all bloody mice, by the way. And it's kind of annoying while god bridging for me because your aim will move, so I just put some tape on it to prevent that. For PvP it's also very good. You can easily normal click, butterfly click and jitter click. The other mice aren't that good for jitter click because they have heavy mouse buttons, but this one definitely is good for it. And also I just really like the shape for PvP, but that's just personal preference. So now I'm going to go over how to get these mice. And the bloody A90, you can still find it in a lot of places. I found a very cheap one on Banggood for 28 euros or $34, and this is where I got it, and the shipping fee was also very cheap for me, but this depends on where you live. On Newegg you can also find an A90 as well as the A60 and the A70. It says free shipping, but again this depends on where you live. They are all around $50, so it's a bit more expensive. Then finally, you can find the bloody A60, A70 and abedless on the bloody Instagram. Go to this waitlist story and you can find a link to the A70 or A60 waitlist. The A60 waitlist is straightforward. In the A70 waitlist, you can choose between the A70 and the A70 matte black. And the A70 matte black is basically the bloody abedless. So if you're interested in any of these mice, I would recommend the cheapest one unless you really like one of these in specific. But for me it was a bloody A90. Maybe shipping fee makes that one more expensive for you, but for me the cheapest one was a bloody A90, so that's why I got it. So that's it for this video. This mouse is for me the perfect mix for bridging, reducing and PvP, so it's going to be my main mouse at the moment. Make sure to let me know in the comments which one of these mice you want to buy, and subscribe if I helped you. Goodbye.